Today, I have a truly, really special treat for everyone. I'm going to play a preview for an amazing 45-track compilation pulled from the entire catalog of the Sublime Frequencies record label. For those who don't know this record label, Sublime Frequencies is a grassroots label that has spent decades exploring the lesser-known regions of the world, searching for hidden gems, even if it's on a cassette tape or a field recording or a shortwave radio, and finding the craziest stuff. Largely from that golden era of recorded music, which is the 60s and 70s, before technology like MIDI and drum machines made music sound not as good. And at the same time, geopolitical circumstances became unfavorable to a flourishing music culture in many of these countries. I and my High Castle Teleorkestra band partner, Chris Bogan, were lucky enough to be granted permission by Sublime Frequencies, since we are friends with the guys who run the label, Alan and Hisham, to release a compilation that was our favorite tracks from the entire discography. The chore of sifting through those 1,500 plus tracks was pretty laborious. Chris and I were kind of toiling at what we should put on it, but we wanted stuff that kind of favored our aesthetic, which is like the surf guitars and the exotic and the stuff that's a little bit on the rock side of things, but still, you know, having some of the, you know, certain flavor of the country that it's coming from. So Chris and I have a very specific aesthetic, and I feel we really honed in on that with this collection. So all I can tell you is you need to own this thing. This thing is absolutely outrageous, maybe one of the best compilations I've ever heard. For all you producers out there, you songwriters, composers, musicians, this stuff is exotic. The musicianship is impeccable. Clearly these countries, because this stuff is from the 60s and 70s, most of it, were listening to American rock, and they were trying to turn, you know, their folk music rock, so it really has an interesting bent in that regard, that they're playing, you know, rock drums and rock guitars, but you're going to hear, you know, the scales of Thailand or the tunings or whatever some of the instruments they use in their folk regions. This collection gives you a glimpse into that primordial human world that has not been, you know, totally effaced by technology. So the compilation that we were granted access to make, we called A Beginner's Guide to Sublime Frequencies Volume 1 and 2. It's available only on Bandcamp under our band, High Castle Teleorkestra. It's got 45 tracks, 2+ hours of music. This particular compilation is a treasury of discovered recordings, and it transports, you know, the listener to lesser explored pockets of Indonesia, Africa, Middle East, South America, and more. The melding of native folk songs and instruments with more modern surf, pop, rock, and exotica elements is a trend that permeates much of this collection. There's haunting relics of music history in here, and they remind us just how far we have fallen in the recording arts and music in general, while simultaneously inspiring wonder in, you know, us who listen, who now hear, you know, some of these new possibilities. I know most of you don't buy music anymore, but if you are curious based on what you hear in this video, head to Bandcamp and make this baby yours. For just $20, this double-length release will be a feather in the cap of your collection. Anyway, without further ado, this video was put together by our High Castle video editor, Casey Briniger, and it shows kind of like a little lo-fi radio going to different countries, and I don't know how he put it together, but man, this guy is brilliant. Casey Briniger, thank you. Check out this collection, and please go pick it up on Bandcamp. The money goes mostly to the Sublime Frequencies label, and we get a little cut for having curated it. So this is money going to actually a good spot, so go pick it up today. Now here are 40 tracks of music snippets to get you hungry for this release.
Thank you.